Okay, minasan, today we're gonna talk about episode 15 of Kamen Rider Geats before watching episode 15 of Kamen Rider Geats. This is crazy, but based on the preview trailer, we actually get to see as being involved in the DGP once again. Immediately he was being thrown into the game once again because he is the main character. You cannot call a show Kamen Rider Geats without showing Geats in every single episode, okay? That is not how show works. So obviously, even though S got retired from DGP, he is still gonna make an appearance in the next episode. My biggest theory on why he actually makes an appearance is because I felt like Giroli purposefully wants to eliminate him. Like Giroli purposefully make the next game as the last game, and the final boss is gonna be one crazy ass final boss that none of the player of this round of the DGP is able to defeat, so that when S dies in this war, he stays dead. He doesn't want S to come back in the next war because of his wishes, okay? Because of what he wished so far. Like one of the things that he wishes so far is that the first wish is that he get to join every round of the DGP. The second wish is that he can live in a world that he doesn't need to walk. The third wish is to be the stars of the stars of the stars. And the fourth wish is to become a family of the DGP management itself. So he got all these four wishes, and based on what we see in the next episode trailer is that S still holds the title of the stars of the stars of the stars. This would mean that even though he got retired from the DGP itself, all the wishes that he made so far are still valid, okay? It is still existing in the current war because it has not been reset yet. So this round of the DGP has not been reset. So S basically goes back to becoming the stars of the stars of the stars, and all the rest of the wishes still valid. I would assume, okay? Giroli would definitely be able to manipulate the DGP system and all those stuff. Like he can just be an asshole and say as loser, so all the previous wishes doesn't count. But I felt like that is not gonna happen, because one thing we know is that the DGP now is not controlled solely by the Game Master itself. It is not controlled solely by Giroli, because they have sponsors, and Giroli would want to make the sponsors happy. And I believe like there are definitely more than one sponsors who are really excited to see S back in action. Definitely there are someone out there who really want to see S back in action once again, and all the sponsors definitely would know what are the wish that Ukyo S actually made in previously. So if in the new war that they are gonna move into, Ukyo S doesn't actually join the DGP, then I felt like the sponsors are definitely gonna be really annoyed about it, that they're gonna make a fuss about it. So that will actually force Giroli to come up with an idea to eliminate S once and for all. Not even let him respawn in the next war by killing him in this war, by destroying all the rest of the rider in this war, not allowing them to complete this round of the DGP itself. And we know this can actually happen because in the previous final boss, we learned that the Knight Jyamato actually managed to destroy all the rider. No one beat that boss in that round of the game, and that actually causes an entire area of people just go missing from the map itself. So this is definitely possible, and this is definitely the plan that Giroli is gonna use to make S disappear entirely from the world. And in doing so, we're gonna see Buffa, Neon, and also Keiwa getting involved in all of this, and three of them, the final three rider, are still gonna be affected by all of this, okay? They are gonna get eliminated together with Ukyo S. So this is really interesting theory that I have on why, out of the possible way that it could actually make sense for retiring as making him a civilian once again, and still make him relevant to the story itself, okay? So what I'm thinking here that could possibly happen, and how Ukiyo-S can actually return back as Kamen Rider Geats is first Sumori help. Sumori needs to help out in order for Ukiyo-S to become a rider once again, because one thing we know is that Ukiyo-S is not holding on to his Geats ID core. The ID core has been teleported back to the DGP position together with the driver. But one thing we saw in the next episode trailer is that Buffa is hurt. He is lying on the floor, and I felt like one thing that could happen is that he could touch the ID core of Buffa. He remember everything, and in order for him to join the fight, in order for him to turn the tide and turn the floor around, he would use the driver that Buffa stole from him as his primary driver, and then Sumori will be the one that delivers him the ID core that he needs to become Kamen Rider Geats. But then again, okay, I would say if Sumori actually does this, it will definitely have an implication for Sumori as well, because one thing we know is that the navigator can be replaced. One thing we learned in the previous episode is that the navigator before Sumori is Mitsune, which is the mom of Ukiyo-S. So we are not sure what did Mitsune does and what happened to Mitsune, but what if Sumori betrayed Giroli and got the same treatment as Mitsune? Maybe like she will actually got turned into a Jyamato or something like that, and that will also make sense on why Sumori looks so different in the movie of the crossover movie between Geats and Revised, and like she became like Golf Sumori, something like that. Okay, so a lot of theory, not a lot of answers, but next episode is definitely gonna be a really interesting one. Like I felt like if the story goes exactly like how I say it would, I would be really happy. But this is part of the fun of making theories and speculating on what the show could actually bring to us in the next episode, because having all the answers and it's not that fun, okay? Like that is why I don't really love binge watching show. I prefer to watch them every single week, because like you can think together. Like throughout the entire week, you are thinking about, oh shit, how are they gonna beat the final boss? How are they gonna do this? How are they gonna do that? So join me on this journey if you haven't watched Kamen Rider Geats, or if you know any friends that are watching Kamen Rider that refuse to watch Geats right now because they want to binge it one go, encourage them to get on the hype trend, get on the latest episode and speculate together and talk about it together. It is gonna be a really more interesting experience compared to just binge watching the entire show without the fan discussing it every single week. Okay, so that is all from me regarding next episode preview of Kamen Rider Geats. It is gonna be an intense episode. We are not sure what is the fate of Buffa. Is he gonna die? Is he just hurt? We are not sure, but next episode is gonna be a game changer before we enter the Christmas episode of Kamen Rider Geats. That is all. Hope you enjoy, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye.